What it is, your man and I back in the building for another episode of the 90s Within I. Reminding you about some stuff because I'll be forgetting about some stuff, but then some stuff I'll be remembering, so then I'll be reminding y'all. Today's special Valentine's Day edition, we're gonna hit you with the wildest couples of the 90s. You know, in the 70s, there was Ike and Tina, and even through the 90s, you know, we had the most notorious Bobby and Whitney. I mean, if you're a couple with someone, and your names, both of your names together is just one name, Bobby and Whitney, you know you an infamous wild couple. You know what I'm talking about? But today we're gonna talk about some of my favorite couples from the 90s. My favorite couple of the 90s, I'm not even gonna lie to you, KC from Jodeci and Mary J. Blige. Now, Jodeci was my favorite male R&B group of all time, and Mary J. Blige was one of my favorite. I had the biggest crush on Mary J. Blige. I'm talking about the real love with the hair coming out of the baseball cap and with the jersey, dancing with the knee pads on and stuff. I had the biggest crush on Mary J. Blige. So, you know, I was kind of jealous. Like, I like Jodeci, so I was like, you know, it is KC. Like, I can't be too mad. But at the same time, I'm like, you never know if I was getting ready to run into Mary J. Blige. So now you done started, I was trying to date Mary J. Blige, so you done bumped into her. What I'm going to do now? But they was a wild couple. You know, they was young at the time, stardom. Jodeci was one of the biggest groups. Mary J. Blige came out and was just going crazy, you know, as far as like her album, What's the 411? And, you know, there was a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, a lot of wild parties and stuff like that. And I think like there was people that might have been behind Mary J. Blige that was like, hey, you need to, you know, focus on a different direction than the direction that you going. And so I think like she started to move in her other direction, and there was nobody there to tell KC nothing. Him and JoJo was just like, you know, where the dope at? You know, so they was just, wow, where the party at? Give me life, 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 give me life. They're saying that because of this relationship is the reason that all of Mary J. Blige's songs was just so popular, because that's what she got. That's what she got the, you know, the story from. That's what she got the feeling from. That's what she got the concepts from. Was her relationship with KC. Her relationship was so crazy with KC that she done wrote platinum albums just because of the relationship. So maybe she had to thank him, like, thank you for being wild out and being KC, because you just gave me all of the platinum hits that I've written. Big shout out to KC from Jodeci and Mary J. Blige, probably my favorite couple from the 90s. Next wild out couple, I'm talking about Treach from Naughty by Nature and Pepa. Now, when obviously I had to read about this in Word Up magazine to be able to, you know, see what their relationship was or even know that they was in a relationship. I, you know, read XXL or something like that. But their relationship was wild too, and when I said, dang, Treach is about to settle down with somebody? Like, I just always looked at Treach as just like wild streets, just, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't see him. They was very much an odd couple, you know. She was just Salt-N-Pepa, what a man, and he was just like, I got the beanie on, like he used to carry around that big machete, just with the machete, like he finna just chop somebody up or something like that. So I was like, man, that's a wild couple. But it really didn't last long. Treach said it was an open relationship. You know, Pepa said it wasn't an open relationship. There was some some rumors that she ended up cheating with Will Smith. And I know there was some like talks that she went to dinner. Who knows what they did, but at some point in time, Will Smith and Pepa went out and either did or did not do nothing. Treach got mad. He said he'll go crazy. He said, don't ever disrespect him like that. But you know, they did get a divorce, and they do share a daughter together that's even on a show now. I think, what is it, the growing up hip hop or something like that. She's on the show, Treach and Pepa's daughter. So big shout out to Treach and Pepa, one of the craziest, my favorite couples from the 90s. Another unexpected one that they was just basically like an odd couple. Like, I just didn't get it as soon as I heard it. When I read it in Word Up magazine, I'm like, dang, for real, they really dating? I'm talking about Corrupt from Dog Pound and Foxy Brown. Now, everybody had a crush on Foxy Brown back in the day. She came out there stunting on them, chocolate, long hair, just, you know, with the little Asian eyes, you know what I'm saying? Cat eyes. Everybody had a crush on Foxy Brown. And then we had Corrupt of the Dog Pound, which this was like the ending. I don't want to say the ending of his career, but he had already had the Dog Food album. New York had blew up, and he was leaving Death Row, and he was kind of in the midst of what he was gonna do next. And he got with Foxy Brown at the time, so he even said in some interviews like, I was stunned that she even wanted to talk to me. So I was grateful to just be in her presence. She was popping so much at the time, and he was on his way of not popping basically. And they linked up and did their thing. Now they say that the reason that they split up was DMX. They say there's lots of rumors that say DMX was getting with Foxy Brown, and even they say that Eve went and told Corrupt that DMX was messing with Foxy Brown, and that's the reason that they split up. That's how he got the information.
Don't like Eve. Like, the reason why Corrupt ever found out anything about DMX having a crush or liking me was through her. Oh. So I approached her, and she ran from me.
Even to a point where Corrupt made some diss tracks against DMX.
Motherfuck D, motherfuck M. Only X I know's exhibit or RBX.
And they even say, now this is a rumor, I don't know, they say that the Party Up, DMX Party Up, there was some lines in there, if not the full song, was like out to Corrupt.
No, the motherfucker you run with, get done with, done quick. How the fuck you gonna approach the dog with some bum shit?
Like he was talking to Corrupt because at the time they was beefing over Foxy Brown. So, but they never, DMX and Foxy Brown never came out as a couple. So, he was just doing what he was doing on the side, I guess. But, it caused the breakup between Foxy Brown and Corrupt. But Foxy Brown and Corrupt, one of my favorite couples, wildest couples from the 90s. All right, well, that's just my opinion of some of the best, wildest couples of the 90s. Remind me, I'll be trying to think of like, who was like some of the couples that we was like, man, they about to blow up, or it ain't finna last that long. What was the best couples that you used to see back in the 90s? Let me know in the comments. You already know what it is. It's the 90s with NI.